Hello, welcome to this video on using sine to find missing sides. So when you've got a problem like this, we're finding a missing side. Let's label the sides. Well, do you remember? That's the opposite and that's the hypotenuse. So we've got an angle, we've got the hypotenuse, and we're trying to find the opposite. So what do we use with opposite and hypotenuse? We use sine. That's how you decide which of the trig ratios to use. So first you think, well, sine of the angle, sine 40, is going to equal opposite over hypotenuse, x over 7. Sine, opposite, hypotenuse. You remember those rules, you'll be able to do it. Well, I want x, so x would equal 7 times sine 40 degrees. Bring the 7 up, you multiply both sides by 7. Well, let's check that. Switch it on first. So 7 times sine 40 degrees equals, and there I've got 4.4995, so let's say 4.5 to 1 decimal place. So 4.5 centimetres to 1 decimal place. There you go. So you've got to remember how to rearrange this, and also remember its sign. Here's another example of using sine, because we've got again opposite and hypotenuse. What's different here is, though, you're trying to find the hypotenuse. So let's write this out. Sine of 22 degrees equals opposite 3 divided by the hypotenuse, which is x. Now, this time we're not going to multiply through in the same way like we did before. You notice we could just bring the 7 up there. We can't do this. Well, what you can do is you can swap these two. You multiply by x and you divide by sine 22. So x equals 3 over sine 22 degrees. This is all about rearranging algebra, so if those skills are good, that's going to really help you. So x equals, let's do this in the calculator, 3 divided by sine 22. There you go, 8.008. So we've got, let's just call it 8.0 centimetres to 1 decimal place. So here, that little switcheroo can be very useful. Just to make that make even more sense, hopefully, imagine you've got 20 is going to be 100 divided by 5. Well, we know that's true, don't we? I can swap those two, and I can also say 5 is 100 divided by 20. That sometimes makes this bit of algebra make sense. Well, that's using sine to find sides. I hope that makes sense.